Hi guys, welcome back for another video. My name is Aisha for those of you that are new to my channel, and I post videos weekly. That's what I'm going to say about that. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate you. If you're not subscribed already, before we continue, I'll give you a second to go down and hit that subscribe button and join the family, the ever-growing family. Thank you so much to everyone that is already subscribed. I don't really know what this look is, but I really like it. I basically just use like a long Ankara turban, and then I quite like this black, I don't know, whatever. Let's move on. So yeah, today's video is a video idea that friend of mine on Instagram, Najma, she asked, well, she suggested that I do this video, and I thought this is such a good idea. So this video is obviously a sweeping generalization. Not every Nigerian asks British Nigerians these questions, these things I'm going to go through, but they are genuinely things that we have been asked, which I just find them funny. Some of them are a bit like, really? But yeah, for the most part, I just find them funny. And I've got the questions on my phone because I basically was asking some of my other British Nigerian friends if they had things as well that I could add to the list, as well as my own stuff that I've been asked as well. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing that Nigerians always ask British Nigerians is, can you speak pidgin English? I get asked this question so many times and I can't speak it. Like, I can understand a few words here and there, but like my parents don't speak it at home. You know, none of my friends ever really spoke it with me or anything like that, so it's not something that I know. And then when you say no, then they proceed to say, I'll teach you. And I'm like, I don't want to learn it. Like, it doesn't bother me. If I was gonna learn anything, I'd learn my tribal language of Nupe. So it's okay, thank you, but no thank you. Ooh. You don't know what pidgin English is? I'll insert a little clip of it and you'll see why I can't understand it.
He went to say, Mama no rich, Papa no rich, himself did the line.
Number 2, you're not really Nigerian. Like, really? That one I find quite annoying actually, when people say that to us. You're not really Nigerian. Just because we don't live in Nigeria doesn't mean we are not Nigerian. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are cheeky, but it's okay. Another one is, so obviously this only applies if you're Hausa, I guess, but can you speak Hausa? And that one's quite fair, I guess, because there are some people who their parents maybe don't speak it with them, they don't pick it up that way, and they maybe don't go to Nigeria often, so fair enough. But we go to Nigeria quite a lot to visit family, and my parents spoke it to us growing up so that we would be able to speak Hausa, which I really appreciate, because it means that when we go to Nigeria we can communicate with, you know, my family, like grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins and stuff like that. So I guess I understand where that question comes from, but yeah, no, I can speak Hausa. Okay, the next question is, can you cook Nigerian dishes? And again, I guess it's kind of a bit of a fair question, because obviously, I mean, I don't know about every Nigerian in the UK, but yes, we eat Nigerian food, but we don't eat it all the time. So you might not necessarily know how to cook everything. I can cook some stuff, and the number of things that I can cook is kind of increasing more, because I seem to have just developed an interest for cooking more recently. But yeah, that I'm not mad at, because I know for a fact that there are some people who cannot cook one Nigerian dish, so I'll allow you, but that's not me. That's not me. I can cook. The next one is, if you're having a discussion or conversation or something and they'll be like, oh, you live in the UK, you wouldn't understand. That's just patronizing. Oh, this one got a bit of a funny story to go with this one. Is so, and it's usually like when we go to visit in family in Nigeria, and then people will be like, Kinko someone, like, do you know who this person is? Do you know who that person is? And they'll be asking literally like, do you know who this person is? And it's like your mum's sister or something, or it's your grandma. Like, what kind of question is that, please? And this used to happen a lot when I was younger, especially with like the kids of the house. And they'd be like, I remember one time basically when we visited, it must have been when I was, I don't know, maybe like, I want to say like 10, 12 years old, when we visited Nigeria. And when we visit, obviously everyone kind of, they gather to welcome us and stuff like that. And yeah, and then the kids, because I was young, so all the kids like kind of came to me and they were like just da, 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 and I was so overwhelmed, and I just kind of sat there quiet. I was just like, ugh. And then they kept asking me questions and stuff, and I just sat there quiet. I was like, whoa, this is, do you know what I mean? When you're little and you've got a gazillion people just talking to you, it's just a bit like. So then they asked this question. They said, can someone, anyone? And then they were pointing at my dad's younger brother. And I thought, at this point, I just thought, okay, they're now taking the mick. And I was just like, nasin shumana kakam baba nani. And then they all burst out laughing, and I was so upset. I was literally like, why are these people laughing at me? And then so later on I went to my mom. I was really upset, and then I said to her, Mom, they asked me who Baba Danjuma was, and I told them that he's Kakam Babana, and they were laughing at me. And the mom was like, oh, it's because you said that he's your dad's granddad. And then I was like, oh, for goodness sakes. So then from that moment on, I think I was really silent for so long. And this is when we used to go for the summer holidays. So we used to go for like 5-6 weeks, and yeah, so I was just pretty much silent for most of that holiday until I felt confident enough to speak Hausa again. But yeah, that was long-winded, but yeah, that was just a story that I thought I'd share with you. And then the next one is hilarious, and this one tends to be from your older Nigerians, I guess, and they'll ask you, yeah, London, how's London? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't live in London. But I think a lot of, like, it tends to be like the older ones, they tend to just assume that England equals to London, when obviously it's not. It's just like asking somebody, how's Abuja? And they're like, well, I actually live in Zaria, or I live in Maiduguri, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But that's funny, that makes me laugh. It's literally like, oh, I'm in London. I'm like, no, I don't live in London. But yeah, so that is the end of this video. They're the 7 things that I came up with, along with some of my friends who had some things that they had been told as well. So like I said, it was just a bit of a fun video. If you're Nigerian and you have said any of these things or anything else to a British Nigerian before, confess, raise your hands up in the comment section. And if you are British Nigerian, or maybe American Nigerian, whatever, and you've had anything else said to you, then leave it down below and let's have a little giggle together. And yeah, I came fresh face for y'all. I just couldn't be bothered to do my makeup, but I really wanted to film this video. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. I will get back on with the you know, ways to style different material scarves series that I started. Hopefully I'll have some time this week to film, so woohoo. Right guys, catch you next week, bye.